Welcome back inside Wise Pies Arena. Post-game report rolls on. Lobos 95, Houston Baptist 79. It is time for our Delta Dental coaches' comments, brought to you by Delta Dental of New Mexico. We bring in Lobo head coach Craig Neal. Coach Neal, congratulations. 2-0 start to the year. And, my goodness, where do we start?
I kind of shocked you I got down here so early.
Yeah, you guys got it
I
done
wanted to
up
make
there.
sure everybody got to hear me so they can drive safe on the way home.
We appreciate
so
that. Tim Williams, 31-11. He missed two shots. He missed two shots.
He's a pretty good player. He you know, the thing about Tim is tonight was the first night in a long time that he came out and just really was on his game right away. It wasn't one of those things where it took him, because I told him, I said, hey, we got to get out and go first. We got to be the team that puts the surge on first. And I think he did, and he was productive, and he was in good position. He got where he wanted. He made some shots. He made a lot of free throws. He just had because once he gets locked in, he's really good. And I think his attention to detail, he's pretty cerebral. He's a smart kid. He's great in school. He's got a little attention to detail. Now, we can't always get him going sometimes in practice, but that's fine. But when he's locked in like that, he's really, really good.
Yeah, we were talking about, I mean, he only missed one shot from the field. And, Coach, why is it that he's able to shoot at a high percentage?
I just think he knows what his game is. He doesn't try to do anything he can't do, and I think that's the problem with a little bit of our guys is they don't know what their game is, and they try to do some things they can't do. And one thing with our young guys, they're so anxious, they think they have to score points to play, and that's not it. Yeah. And that's not it, but that's being young. Mm-hmm. I mean, we were once there, Hunter, so, I mean, you think that's the way you're going to get coaches' attention, but not here. And all in all, I thought we got some pretty good production from a lot of guys. I thought Jalen Harris was terrific also.
Yeah. Hunter said that one of the things he thinks about Tim, and a lot of people have said there's that old man game, but it's almost an old school game. Hunter said he knows angles. He knows when and where to use the glass.
He plays angles better than anybody I've been around, but what people don't understand is his arms are long. And he's got a little pop to his lift. He can jump pretty good, and people don't think he can, and he can shock you on that. He gets over you. He knows how to use his body and get you off balance. So, he's productive that way. It's the most unique big kid we've had. We've had some good ones. We had Drew Gordon, who was powerful, could make the 15-footer. You couldn't guard him on the block. He could go either way. We had Alex, who was terrific. He could shoot the three. He could post, he could flash, and he's a great, great passer, probably one of Alex's biggest strengths. And then we had Cam. Yeah. Cam I don't know what he did with his game, but it just showed back up the next year, and we were able to put him in positions. But, we've had some unique post players, and we've been very successful. And we got three of them coming. Yeah. So that's the exciting part of it. I mean, three really good, big post players. But Tim Williams was terrific tonight.
Talk about your other veteran in Elijah.
Well, I just think he's trying a little hard. I think he's trying to lead. He's doing a good job leading. He might be pushing the issue a little bit. He's not in a rhythm. Not being able to play in the two exhibition games, I think that kind of gets you like that. I think he might be pressing a little bit, but he's been terrific. His leadership's been terrific. He's been positive. He hadn't got down. He hasn't shown any negative ill will towards anybody, mm-hmm. and I respect that. I respect what he's trying to do. And hey, let's face it, great players have bad games. Yeah. And it just happened to be tonight, and he's going through where he's been hurt for a while.
Lobo head coach Craig Neal is with us. We talked about it before we started on air, and I said Jalen Harris, man, the freshman point guard, looks like a game changer, Coach Neal.
Yeah, he really is. And, here's – I'm taking full responsibility. It's my fault. We gave up 79 points. That can't happen. And that can't happen. What we did schematically in the first half did not change in the second half. It just came to focus and effort, attention to detail. We didn't do anything as a coaching staff, but it's going to get corrected. It'll get corrected because we put too much emphasis. I thought we were pretty good defensively in the first half. Yeah. We held them at 31, and then we let them get too many threes. We didn't guard the line. We got lackluster because the first 4 plays of the first half, I choreographed the first 4 plays, and we scored. I did the same thing to start the second half with 2 plays, and we don't even go to the right position. And that's my responsibility, and I accept that, and I just told guys, if you don't do what I ask you to do, especially defensively, then we'll find somebody else that will play.
Yeah.
And I don't. It could be anybody on our team, but that's what I have to do to get their attention, and then I have to do it. But that's my fault.
Yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out, Coach, because we were going to ask you because at
I
79
beat you
points,
to it.
yeah, you did.
Well, I just tell you, that's what I wrote on
Yep.
the board, and that was it.
Yep.
But I thought we did a terrific job. We were attention to detail the first half. I thought we did a good job. We gave up 6 points in the last 50 seconds, which if we don't do that, they have 25, which is pretty good. I mean, this team can shoot it. This team's pretty – they play hard. They got that big kid in there, Ibarra, who's pretty good. He knows how to use his body. But we've concentrated for 4 weeks about playing defense, and that can't happen in the second half.
I know Lobo fans are concerned about Dane Kuiper in a
Right.
polo shirt tonight. How's he doing? Can we see him Friday? What's the outlook?
Dane won't play until he's practiced, until he's up to speed and able to play up to his ability. I'm not going to put him out there when he's not 100%. He had to take a week off. He's back to feeling okay, but I think he's still got a long way to go because he did some running. He says he feels good, but getting out there and playing at a high level is a little bit different. So we're going to make sure he's totally healthy. So that's the big thing for us.
Another thing, you told us that there was a chance before the season started. You would talk with guys, and there might be a red shirt. And then we saw the first substitution. Ahiro Guak came in, and now you've played everybody. Was it a sort of a joint decision in terms of who and when?
Yeah, Robert, that's a great question. There's no joint decisions. You kind of put out what the pluses and minuses are, and then you just try to support your kid and let them make the decision. I don't think this is a day and age where you can make somebody do anything when it's their future and their deal. All I do is I said, here's the situation. This is what we have. I'll do whatever you want. You just everybody. I talked to a couple kids and trying to do what's best for them, but they think they make the final decision. I'm in no position to do that, and I would never do that.
Xavier Adams did
Good.
what he does tonight.
He did good. I think he's a special player. The only thing I don't like is he bails himself out and tries to make steals when if he just played solid, they wouldn't be able to make threes late in the clock, and he can't do that. He's done that 2 years in a row, and he's got to be solid. If we'll just here's the thing. I told him to start the game. Be solid with your passes, pivot, make good passes, no trickery, and defensively, just do your principles so that all 5 guys are on the same page. You don't have to be a hero on defense. Just do your job, and then you'll be really good as a team defense. But sometimes we get out of whack and we try to make the hero play, and you can't really make the hero play when you're up 20.
We made the observation, and Hunter and I both saw it and have seen it through practice, and it's coming to fruition in games. Damian Jefferson looks very good shooting the ball off the dribble. And here, when he's catching and shooting, he looks terrific.
Yeah, both of those guys are good, and they're going to be terrific here. They're just anxious. They're just anxious. They're very talented. I think I think it was a shock to them because they played every minute of every high school game, and when you put them in the first half the other night against Idaho State, they think they're going to stay in the whole half. So it's just a learning process. But those guys are terrific. I think they're the most exciting 2 wings that we've had together in a long time. But I mean, we had Kendall and we had Tony, but Tony kind of developed. Tony kind of came from nowhere and developed. And these 2 kids, they've got live bodies and they're already full bore. It's just we have to teach them the little things.
All right. Before we let you go,
Yep.
the first of the 2 matchups with the rival down south right here in New Mexico State on Friday.
Yeah, it should be an interesting game, and Paul played at Colorado State, so I'm hoping he does well. He worked with us at Iowa, and he's been a dear friend and close person to our family. So, I'm excited for it. I always am. I always look forward to it. I think it's one of the best basketball games in college every year. It's just we got to play them twice, so it's one of those things. But it'll be fun. I think it'll be an interesting game.
Will their personality change with Paul Weir?
I don't know that. I think he had a lot to do with how they played. I think Marvin gave him a lot of responsibilities, kind of like how Steve did with me. They might change. I know they shot 31 threes in the Colorado State game. That's a little That's a little different than what they've done in the past. So I just don't think they have the front court people that they have with Siakam and Chile and Sim and those guys. So, but they're an interesting group. They play hard, and I know they'll play hard.
Thanks for getting down so quickly.
Oh, anytime. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Hope everybody
Coach.
had fun. Thanks.
Congratulations to Coach Craig Neal. Another Lobo win, 2-0 to start non-conference year 2016-2017. Your Delta Dental Coaches Comments brought to you by Delta Dental of New Mexico. Almost 400,000 New Mexicans covered by Delta Dental plans. For more info, log on to deltadentalnm.com. We come back to wrap it up after this. Lobos 95, Houston Baptist 79. Lobo basketball from Learfield.